Ancient Greece was a land of gods, philosophers, and warriors, but also a place where a simple mistake could end your life in the most stupid and tragic way. Here are 10 dumb ways you could die in ancient Greece. The last one is straight up ridiculous. Number 10. Falling into an olive oil vat. Olive oil was an ancient Greek staple, used for everything from cooking to lighting lamps to grooming. The Greeks were obsessed with this stuff, which meant huge vats of it were everywhere. And if you were a worker pressing olives, one wrong move was all it took to slip right into that oil. But before you know it, you're face first in a vat of olive oil, and now you're a living salad dressing. Getting out? Not so easy. The slippery nature of olive oil makes it the perfect trap for an untimely death. Number 9. Falling asleep on a rooftop. During the hot summer nights, Greeks often took to their rooftops to sleep under the stars. It sounds nice, right? But after a few too many cups of wine and maybe a little too much sun during the day, your chances of falling off that roof increase significantly. Maybe you roll over in your sleep and before you know it, you're plummeting to the ground. A fall from a roof may not seem like the most heroic way to go, but sometimes the lack of a proper guardrail can be your downfall. Number 8. Overeating at a feast of Demeter. A feast in honor of Demeter, the goddess of agriculture, sounds like heaven. Imagine a spread of bread, figs, roasted meats, and endless cups of wine. But as any over-enthusiastic Greek would tell you, too much of a good thing is deadly. You shove down more food than your body can handle, and suddenly you're choking, your stomach is rebelling, and the very feast meant to honor the goddess now has you gasping for air. One bite too many, and you're out of the picture. Number 7. Overdosing on honeyed wine. The Greeks loved their wine. They dilute it with water and add honey for that sweet, heavenly flavor. What if you were at a festival, surrounded by wine? You might think, what's the harm in one more cup? The real kicker? Because excessive honeyed wine consumption could lead to alcohol poisoning. And the ancient Greeks probably just called it divine punishment for not knowing when to say no more. Number 6. Bitten by an asp hidden in a basket of grapes. Imagine you're sneaking into a temple to steal some sacred grapes, but as you reach into the basket to grab a handful, a deadly surprise awaits. A venomous snake is hidden right inside. The snake strikes fast, and before you even have a chance to curse your bad luck, you're paralyzed and fading away. The Greeks might have thought you got what you deserved for trying to steal offerings. Number 5. Mistaking poison hemlock for parsley. In ancient Greece, knowing your herbs could mean the difference between life and death. So when you're out gathering fresh greens to add to your dinner and you accidentally pick poison hemlock instead of parsley, it looks so much like the harmless herb, but this innocent-looking plant will leave you convulsing and paralyzed. Your dinner might have been really flavorful if only you hadn't unknowingly added a fatal garnish. Number 4. Accidentally poisoned by lead. Ancient Greeks didn't know lead was poisonous, so they just used it for everything. Wine was sweetened with lead acetate, they used it in pipes, and their cookware often contained lead. Over time, exposure built up, and before they knew it, they were suffering from lead poisoning. Symptoms included stomach pain, memory loss, and eventually death. All because their fine taste in wine meant sipping on something that would slowly kill them. So much for the art of fine living. Number 3. Dying from a small cut. In ancient Greece, even a minor cut could be a death sentence. Without knowledge of germs or antibiotics, a simple wound could become infected, causing swelling, fever, and eventually sepsis. Cleaning methods were basic. Water, vinegar, or honey might help. But dirty bandages or tools often made things worse. A cut from a farm tool, a scrape in battle, or even a kitchen mishap could spiral into a fatal infection. To the Greeks, this wasn't bad hygiene. It was likely the wrath of the gods or just bad luck. Number 2. Electrocuted. While praying to Zeus. Zeus, the king of the gods, was associated with storms and lightning, and he didn't take kindly to fools praying to him during a thunderstorm. So there you are standing on a hill with your arms stretched wide, shouting to Zeus for his blessing, when bam, a bolt of lightning strikes you down. Maybe next time, try praying inside, or at least not on top of a mountain in the middle of a storm. Number 1. Arguing philosophy too passionately. Philosophy in ancient Greece wasn't just intellectual, it was intense. You could be casually strolling through the marketplace, engaging in a lively debate about the nature of existence, when things go south fast. Your opponent is spouting off about permanence while you're yelling about change and you collapse mid-argument. A stroke or heart attack brought on by the sheer stress of who's right about the nature of the universe. Your opponent may have won the debate, but you're dead before the conclusion.